Hi everyone, I'm Maribeth Quinn, a mixed media collage artist from Nashville, Tennessee. And today I thought I would do a little color demonstration because for the last, it's been quite a few months, I have been on a quest to really understand the why of color. I've understood the details about color, but over the years it has bothered me more and more that it just didn't feel like it was informing my intuitive process. And so I really buckled down and I decided that I would dig in and figure out what was missing and explain some of these things to myself, some of the components and why they work. So today I thought I would share one with you that is one of those that when you see it, if you're like me, it'll be like, oh my God, it's so simple. Like how did I never realize that before? How did I never understand that part of it before? But once I did, it really made a big difference when I'm thinking about colors and the makeup of color. So I hope that you enjoy this today. And if you really love it, I hope that you will join me in my color class that's coming up August 27th. We're going to work together for 3 weeks and really repetitively, but in a fun way and a creative way, get these color concepts inside and break them apart and figure out the why. So I've got all that information down in the description. And so now let's just go in and we're going to talk about complements. We're going to get down to that mystery of why complements make each other sing so much, and also why when you mix them together, you get something you really don't like. I don't know if you're like me, but I have tried so many times to really ingest a lot of the color concepts, and I can know them intellectually, but understanding them has been a little bit more difficult. So here's something that I was kind of surprised by. So let's look at our complements really quickly. Complements are colors that are opposite one another on the color wheel, like violet and yellow, or red and green. And they are, more than any other colors on the color wheel, the colors that will place next to one another really make each other sing. Really bring out the best in each other. So red and green is one, and then you've got orange and blue. And one thing I have really worked on is just having these things become automatic instead of having to think about them. So just really reciting these things over and over and over to myself so that they do become automatic. So orange and blue. Because really, if I'm painting and I'm in the flow, to really stop and think about something that feels more like a math equation is not going to be what I want. I want it to just be there. When I reach for the knowledge, when I reach for the understanding, I want it to be right there. So that's what I'm always going for. So next we have, as I said before, the yellow and the purple. Pretty. There are 6 complements when you're using the whole color wheel, but there are only 3 if you're just dealing with the primaries and secondaries. So every complement is going to be made up of 1 primary and 1 secondary. So in this instance, red is the primary, green is the secondary, orange is the secondary, blue is the primary, yellow is the primary, purple is the secondary. If you really look at the contrast of how red and green together really make each other sing. But then, if you were to look at how they mix, you find that they don't mix so well, at least if you're looking for vibrancy. They make something that's very close to very dark brown or a gray, just sort of what feels like a non-color. So let's give that example again with orange and blue. And when you mix them together, same thing. I actually didn't get very much orange into that mixture, but same sort of thing. Let's try it with the last one here, the yellow and the purple. I really get a lot of yellow there. The purple. Same sort of thing. Just get a very dark, dingy color. So that's quite a contrast, right? That beside each other, they make each other sing more than any other colors. And to mix together, they sort of negate one another. So let's really dig into why is that? There's got to be a reason for that, right? So we're back to the fact that each one of these is made up of a primary and a secondary. So this is a primary color, which means no other colors combined together to make this. This is a primary color. Primary and then a secondary. This secondary is made from two primaries. That's what a secondary color is. So let's look at what that looks like on paper. So you have red, and then you've got green, which is yellow and blue, because yellow and blue together make green. So when you break down this combination, you've got all three primaries, predominantly red, but you have all three primaries present. So let's look at orange and blue. Orange is a secondary and blue is a primary. So we have the blue. We'll put this at the top because that is the primary. And then we have orange as the secondary, which orange is red and yellow. So again, you wind up with all three primaries, predominantly blue, but all three primaries are there. So next, yellow is primary and purple is secondary. So if you break down what you have going on, you have yellow, and then purple is made of red and blue. So again, predominantly yellow, but all three colors are present in this combination. Well, what I never understood is that the root of the word complement is to complete. Well, if primary colors are the colors from which in this color wheel all colors are made, then these are complete because all of those colors are present. I had never understood that before. And now this makes a lot more sense about why these colors next to each other would really sing and why mixing them together really creates a lot of mud. Because let's look at this. When you have your primaries, here's your red, here's your blue, and here's your yellow. I think I need to add a little bit more red because it kind of got washed out by everything else. As you can see, if you evenly get all three of the primaries in there together, you get a color that is very near to black. So this is why it makes sense that these are called complements. Next to each other, they're going to sing like crazy, but mixing them together, you're going to get mud because In each of these combinations, mixing red with green, which is what this is going to bring all of these primary colors into the mix, just like orange and blue. So blue and orange, which is red and yellow, bringing all those colors into the mix together. So the red and the green really sing next to one another, but when you break them down, the red and the green, which is yellow plus blue, makes that green. And those mixed together with the red, that's where you get the mud. Same thing, yellow and the purple, so the blue and the red together are going to make this purple. But you add in that yellow, all those primaries are present, and they're going to make that mud. Same thing with the last one, the blue plus orange, which is red and yellow. You mix those together. Sorry, I kind of lost my yellow there. That red is very strong. But you get a really nice orange there, but then you mix some of that blue in, and you're going to get mud again. So I hope this helps you as much as it did me to understand not just the intellectual knowledge of these are the complements, and that complements mixed together make muddy colors, but now you can understand the why. If you'd like to learn more about color, why don't you join me in 2 weeks? August 27th is the day we're getting started. So just follow the link in the description, and as always, I'm so honored that you would spend your precious time with me. Happy painting.